Welcome back to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with the host of the program, Barb Schlinker, owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Now, Barb, most people are very concerned about which comes first. Sell first, then live in temporary housing, or buy first, then sell at your leisure. What are some solutions that you have, Barb, with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty? You always refer to this as that catch 22.
It is a dilemma for a lot of people, and it really depends on their situation, who's living in their home. Do they have, kids and dogs and cats and birds and whatever? So we can help anybody in any situation. It doesn't matter. But I'd say at the end of the day, most home sellers really won't make a move unless they know they're going to have certainty that their home is going to sell, that they're going to get the price that they want and need, that everything will go smoothly, that they'll be able to find a home. Some people won't move unless they know for sure they can get a home at their destination and certainty that they're going to have the funds, the money to buy their next home. So I would say one of the biggest dilemmas for home sellers is, first of all, having a destination firmed up, right, before they sell. Some people want to buy their next home first and then move. That's probably the least stressful way to do it if you can afford it. But sometimes it's hard to get approved to get like a bridge loan in between the two properties. And I'd say, having solutions for this is not for everybody, but we have a lot of solutions. We have our stack of cash buyers that will come in and pay cash for your home, get you most of your equity. They have some of them have a two-step process where you get most of your equity up front, and then when they resell it, you get paid again. So that's one option. Another option would be to just have take your equity out. Some people take a home equity line of credit and buy their next home first, but they do have to make payments on that. There's some other investors that will actually give you that home equity in kind of equal amounts, but there's no payments involved or qualification. What they end up doing is just putting a lien on the house. And when your house sells, then you pay off that lien. And the cost of the money is not that bad, like 2.4%. So there's different options out there if you need to move first. But at the end of the day, you want to hire somebody that has solutions and options for you depending on your program. We actually guarantee 100% of market value, or we'll pay you the difference, and you can call us to find out about the details on that. We also show up on every listing with multiple offers. Most agents show up with an option to list their home. Here, I think your house will sell for this much, go. And sometimes that doesn't work. So we try to make the process easy and tailor fit to our clients. Here's an example, like if a buyer comes along and says, okay, I want to make an offer on your home, but it's contingent on my home selling, and my home is not on the market yet, Richard, how would you feel about getting an offer like that?
I'd be very concerned.
Yeah, there's no certainty, right? I mean, it's kind of like, okay, so we got to wait for your house to sell. Is that right? And then the next question is, what price are you going to price that home, right? So I've tried to help, I've been trying that with agents that come to me and they have a buyer that has this house to sell. They really love my listing. The buyers really love it, which is great. Okay, but they have this problem of having a house to sell. So I actually coach them on, okay, have you tried this option? Have you tried this option? I can send you some of my cash offers so your buyer can buy this home without selling that one. And a couple of times now I've done it and I've just gotten rejected. And I had one agent that, when I asked her, I said, okay, my sellers, because they were trying to sell and it had been on the market for a while. And I said, we have some offers. I can give you offers on your potential listing and see if that will work. And she said, no, she wouldn't even present them. How would you feel about that, Richard? If you were the seller and you found out some other agent had offers on your home and you didn't even know about it?
I would not have that agent for very long, and I would be dialing 719-301-3900. Could I please talk to Barb Schlinker?
Yeah, I was real surprised. And then, so the seller went ahead, they took the contingent sale because they didn't have any other options at the time. So we negotiated the deal and they insisted on showing the MLS that they took a contingent contract. So I didn't want to do that. We did do that anyway. And about a week later, they put that house on the market. And I had asked the agent, what price are you going to put on that home? And she goes, "Oh, I don't know yet, but it's just beautiful. It has granite." And I'm like, okay. So when she put it on the market, to my surprise, in my view, that home was priced at least 150,000 above current market value. There was no way it was going to sell. And so now they're tying up my client's home. So it worked out that this buyer still did an inspection on the house and they asked for a little too much stuff and the deal blew up over inspection. Like they were insisting, if we don't get this and this and this, we're walking away. So the seller's like, okay, bye-bye. And it worked out good for them because what had happened during those weeks that their house was tied up with that contract is all the other showings stopped, because even though the notation in the multiple listing service said that it was contingent, meaning that we had to wait for somebody else to sell their home for that buyer to perform, which it should mean to an educated real estate agent that if you had a buyer that did not have a house to sell, that they could bump out buyer number one and get the house. But that's not what happened. Immediately, all the showings just stopped. So I feel like it's not a well-known status in our MLS by the real estate industry, as well as certainly by the buying public, because it tells the buying public that it's not available. So it's not a good situation from the seller to hold them hostage, waiting for somebody else's house to sell that's overpriced, that's not going to sell at that price, right? Anyway, it all worked out good, and we got a different buyer for the home, but that really does create some problems. And I think that it's just an education thing. Unfortunately, it's only 1 month of school to be a real estate agent, and the training and all that is limited. You know, when I first started in the business, I was quite shocked coming from the Navy, and everything was checklists and procedures and what you said and what you did, you know, but not so much in real estate. 1 month of school solely to pass the test. And then they send you out there and go sell, figure it out, bring me some of that commission. And it just, I don't believe the industry has really changed that much over the years. So if you happen to have to worry about a contingent sale on your home, I would make sure your agent does a whole lot of research before you tie up your property with another absolutely unknown if they have a house to sell. My name is Barb Schlinker. I'm the broker owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty and the host of this show, Your Real Estate Voice. And we're talking about what if you want to buy your next house, but you have a house to sell? What are some of the solutions? And that's what we're going to cover when we come back. And if you are thinking of making a move, give us a call, 719-301-3900, or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
You're listening to Your Real Estate Voice. That's Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Barb, we've gone from nearly all home selling for a premium price to home selling sitting longer on the market, and some homes actually not selling. So how do you give your home sellers certainty when it comes to that sale?
Well, there are quite a few really cool solutions out there. If they have equity, we can basically help them with two different ways. Either maybe they can get a bridge loan between the two properties, but that means that they have to qualify for the bridge loan as well as their current loan and their new house, right? So for some people, maybe income to debt ratio doesn't work out. There's another investor that will come in and basically give you the equity in your home up to about 75%. It's not a loan. There are no payments. the cost of the money is only 2.4%, and they just place a lien on your house, almost like a mortgage that has to be paid off. And they give you 4 months to get it sold. So that's an option if you need to buy your next home first. I think a lot of people kind of prefer to have all that certainty. In other words, they're probably not going to definitely buy another house unless they know their home is either at least under contract before they do that. We also have a couple of programs that are really great through our high net worth cash buyers. So if you'd like to get some cash offers on your home, they are the absolute easy button. You don't have to prepare your home for sale. It costs a little bit more to do those programs, but it is an answer rather than waiting for 100 or 115 days to get your home sold. So if you want to find out and get those offers, just give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
Barb, this portion of the program is always a hit with you, the listeners, and with me. Tell us about some of your hot new listings.
Well, Richard, I'm always fun. I'm always having fun with these new properties, and some are different things. Like I have a couple of properties right now that were unfortunately taken back in foreclosure by the Secretary of Veterans Affairs. And so what they do is after the foreclosure, they basically deed the property to the VA. They give the lender back their money. That's what the VA benefits have, is they guarantee to the lender they're going to get their money. All right, so if the borrower forecloses, the lender gets made whole. They deed the property to the VA, and the VA goes on to sell it, and they want a 30 to 90-day sale. Now, some of these houses are cosmetically challenged. Some are really, really nice. We've got a few of them down in Fountain right now that are priced very well. One on Fay Drive in the low threes. We have an adorable cabin coming up in Divide on Friar Truck Drive in Sherwood Forest. This beautiful cabin is in great shape, priced at $399. We have a lovely two-story, 2,800 square feet in the upper threes. We have another VA property in the mid threes down on Wallowing Way, a beautiful bi-level over by Doherty High School on Splendid Circle at 4099, a gorgeous two-story with a finished basement on Crandall. And then we have a really cool townhome down in Fountain on Yampa River Heights. This thing backs to open space, very nice condition, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, move-in ready, really nice property. And then we have an elegant property up in Perry Park. I don't know if you've been there, Richard, but it is a really beautiful part of Colorado with rock formations all around. This gorgeous home has views in absolutely every window. And then we have a newer home that's kind of like it's a very vertical, very modern style, not much of a yard, but beautiful home, perfect for somebody that does not want to take care of a yard, in the mid fours. Then we also have another home in Briargate on Canfield in the upper fours that has gorgeous views and backs to open space, and an absolute elegant property on 411 Sunbird Hills, priced at $1.59 million with spectacular views and a 5-car garage. So to find out about all of our properties, give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. We have a couple of more coming up next week, and I'm excited to share them with you then. Richard?
You've been listening to Your Real Estate Voice. It airs every Saturday from 11 o'clock on. It's right after Kudlow. And if you're thinking of making a move, call Barb, 719-301-3900, or visit barbhasthebuyers.com. Remember, you can see replays of this show at barbhasthebuyers.com or listen to the podcast on all of the popular podcast platforms, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, many others. Thanks for listening. To reach out to Barb again, that number is 719-301-3900. Barb, thank you for joining us this week. Look forward to next week. Stay warm and stay out of the snow.